Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am the Poverty Princess. I was thinking the other day what music would be good for a stay-at-home playlist. Now, the songs I'm going to share with you guys are not the only music I listen to. Some of the songs I picked just by virtue of their title because the title is pretty, I guess you could say, relevant to the particular time in the world at hand. And other songs, more or less, I think, reflect some people's feelings right now. This is by no means, anyway, a complete list. And I am sure as you listen to the songs I mention, you're bound to think of a few that I didn't. Which brings me to a really good point. Let me know in the comment section what songs you would include in your stay-at-home playlist. So let me get into a few songs that, just by their title alone, are obvious right now. Let's start off with Three Dog Night. Yes, an older band. And I remember listening to them in the 70s. I was, after all, 6 years old in 1970. And yes, I did listen to the radio, so I am familiar with Three Dog Night. And how about one of their classic songs? One is The Loneliest Number. Eric Carmen, All By Myself. This is such a pretty song, tending to deal with romance, and yet at the same time, by virtue of its title, it does fit the particular situation at hand. I mean, someone lamenting that they're by themselves, maybe broken up with their girlfriend or boyfriend, or maybe long-distance relationship, compounded now, of course, with not being able to travel and not being able to see each other. Billy Idol, Dancing with Myself. I don't know about anyone else, but I hear this song and I instantly get the urge to want to mop my floor. Maybe it's because of the pace of the song. I don't know, really. I just know that it's very hard to listen to this song and not want to get up and do something. Anything. So, I don't know. I consider Dancing with Myself a really good house cleaning song. Now let's touch on a few silly, sleazy songs, shall we say, for a moment. And two come to mind, right behind each other. How about Divinals, I Touch Myself? Now, if I remember, some of the wording said, when I think about you, I touch myself. I don't want anybody else. Well, at least there's social distancing, and most definitely safe sex being practiced at the same time. So I think that would be an appropriate song. I also thought of Samantha Fox and her lament, Touch Me, I Want to Feel Your Body. I remember when this song came out, my mother absolutely hated the song with the passion, and used to call it, well, I can't repeat here what my mother used to call it, but let's just say that she didn't have anything good to say about the song, the singer, or me for that matter, but not necessarily in that order. Does anyone remember the band Climax? Climax with a K. I Miss You. If not, go on YouTube and check this song out. I had almost forgotten about this song, to be honest. And then I was actually looking at an online magazine, and this song was mentioned, and I thought, oh my god, I hadn't heard this song in forever. So I actually went on YouTube and listened to it. A very pretty song. Don't know how I forgot about it, but yeah, it's a nice, pretty song. Applicable for right now. And doesn't even need to necessarily be in reference to a romantic relationship. Could also just be missing a friend. Dawkin, alone again without you. If you ever were lucky enough to see Dawkin perform this song, I could honestly say it gave me chills up my spine. I've loved this song for years and years, and to hear this song live is just the ultimate, I think, of any Dawkin concert, to be honest. I truly do like this song, not just because it is a romantic metal song per se, but just the words to it. And again, the title alone means that it fits in with a stay-at-home playlist. I'm also going to include Green Day, Boulevard of Broken Dreams. And I'm including that song because, let's be honest, think about some of the words to the song for a moment. I walk the lonely streets. I mean, right there, lonely street, not many people out, more people staying home. And broken dreams. Definitely this pandemic put a break on a lot of people's plans for the summer. And I don't know if I would say broken dreams per se, but I'm sure for some people there is. I would say ruined plans, but either way, just a title and just some of the lines in the song make this song perfect for a stay-at-home playlist. I'm also including Richard Marx, Right Here Waiting, for a stay-at-home playlist. Don't come around here no more. And I'm going to follow that up with another one some people might not think of. The Police, Don't Stand So Close to Me. Well, with social distancing being the norm now, this song is really appropriate. Don't stand so close to me. You're not 6 feet. Back up, get away, get away. Next we have Blondie and Call Me. And I'm also going to include John Waite, Missing You. I'll even throw in Olivia Newton-John and Physical. Now that's an older song, but think about it for a moment. Is Olivia Newton-John in her cute 80s workout clothing? Let's get physical. No, sorry Olivia. Social distancing, you cannot get physical right now. However, you can call me. Believe me, I am missing you. Okay, that was cool. I pulled that off. Joan Jett, Do You Want to Touch Me? A Flock of Seagulls, I Ran. I guess a flock of seagulls would run when Joan Jett asked them, do you want to touch me? And of course we'll throw Heart in there for good measure with Alone because they want to know, how do I get you alone? Well, sorry, heart, you cannot get anyone alone right now. No, Joan, nobody wants to touch you right now. They'll take a rain check, though. And a flock of seagulls, guys, well, at least you got your cardio in when you ran. Hall & Oates, Wait for Me. Hall & Oates, I loved them guys back in the day. And this song I always thought was just so sweet. One of their songs I think that maybe didn't get enough recognition, to be honest. But still, some of the words in it are just, I don't know, really cute. You've got a lot to learn to think that I'm not waiting for you. That's really, really cute. For two people separated because of the current situation, and one person to say that, wait for me, that's really, really sweet. Really cute. Here's a song that some of you guys may not be familiar with. I don't think it was necessarily a popular song, but I always thought it was pretty. Jimmy Harmon, Where Are You Now? You have to listen to the words of the song to understand why I chose it. That's all I could say. And oh, before I forget, I've included links down below to all the songs I mentioned. So if there's a few you want to check out, just go in the description box. Links are all down below. Anyone remember the motels? Only the Lonely. I thought of them the other day. They popped into my head. I was also debating on whether or not to include another motel song, Remember the Nights, but then I thought, I don't know about that because, yeah, I think Only the Lonely is a little more fitting for the moment. Queensryche, Another Rainy Night Without You. This is a song by a band who I feel was underrated, and I am especially lucky to have been able to see down in Atlantic City when I spent my ex's birthday down there with them. And believe me, it wasn't planned to see them. We just happened to run into a stone scalper who actually gave us a good deal on 2 tickets to go to the Hard Rock to see them. A complete surprise. If I would have known ahead of time, I would have gotten tickets. This was a song that was amazing to hear live. So if you are a metal fan, rock fan, this was a really good song, Another Rainy Night Without You. I included in this list Godsmack, I Stand Alone. One, because of the title alone fits into this particular type of playlist. I certainly hope that you stand alone, or at least abide by the 6-foot rule. And I hope you're wearing a mask too while you're standing alone. Georgia Satellites, Keep Your Hands to Yourself. Well, this song, won by a title, fits this type of a playlist. Think about it for a moment. Keep your hands to yourself. Well, if you washed your hands, you don't want to get them infected again, so you should keep your hands to yourself. And 2, if you're observing social distancing, well, it's going to be kind of hard to get your hands anywhere they shouldn't be. So, appropriate song. Bananarama, Cruel Summer. Many of us will be thinking it's a cruel summer when all our plans go blimp up in smoke, thanks to something invisible and deadly. But what can you do? Nothing really until there is a treatment or a vaccine. Even Ticketmaster is realizing that many shows probably are not going to go on at all in 2020, and starting May 1st are refunding over 18,000 people for shows all over. So it looks like a lot of summer plans and a lot of summer concerts and everything are down the tubes. I have a few more songs quick to add to this. I have Len, Steal My Sunshine. And you might think, okay, so why did you include this song? Simply, I think, because of the video, bumming around on the beach, a boardwalk, again, has to deal with the feel-good summer vibe that 90% of people won't get to experience this summer, so yeah. I felt it was appropriate to include that. The Verve, Bittersweet Symphony. And I think I included this song just simply because it is rather bittersweet to know that you're doing the right thing by staying home and not being able to go places and do things, but at the same time, a part of you still is ready to say, this completely sucks, and trust me, I agree and I feel that it does. And the last song I wanted to include in this is Disturbed, The Sound of Silence. For those of you who may have watched a few videos from people quarantined in Italy, when the country was first placed on lockdown, several different folks said, "What do you hear?" Nothing. They said, "That's the sound of quarantine." I can go stand in my yard 5 after 8 at night and hear absolutely nothing. And that truly is the sound of silence. Let's fast forward ahead in time, everyone. Let's fast forward to a time where there's no more social distancing, there's no more stay-at-home, shelter-in-place, quarantine, isolation. There's no more virus. What would be some good songs to reflect that? Well, for starters, I'm pretty sure there'd be celebrations. There'd have to be celebrations. Someone, somewhere is going to be celebrating. I think a lot of people, a lot of places would be celebrating. So what better song to kick off a post-isolation playlist than with Kool and the Gang, Celebrate? Because that would be one hell of a good reason to celebrate. A virus be gone, no more social distancing, no more stay at home, no more isolation and all of that. Maybe there's a vaccine, maybe the virus is gone. That's definitely worthy of celebrating. How about some Van Halen, Dancing in the Streets? Because you know someone somewhere is going to be dancing in the streets, and rightfully so. After dealing with all of this for maybe months or possibly a year or longer, yeah, I think some dancing is called for. Even Bruce Springsteen, dancing in the dark, but dancing is still dancing. And for those folks who basically just can't wait to get physical, well, Shalimar says, hey, you could be dancing in the sheets. I had to throw that one in there, guys. Or Journey, loving, touching, squeezing. How about some Heart? All I want to do is make love to you. Pointer Sisters, I'm so excited. I think the world would be excited the day that the virus is gone officially, and everything that we were doing up until this point is pretty much over. You don't have to avoid being around your friends or your family or your boyfriend. Yeah. Here's a song I thought was appropriate too. Orleans, Dance With Me, I Want to Be Your Partner. That's such a pretty song from the 70s. I think it was the 70s. I remember that song. And I just thought that would be so pretty. My band, the Beatles, I Want to Hold Your Hand. Well, after all this is over, you could hold my hand. Now, here's two different groups did a song with the same name, but they're different songs. So I'm thinking Bon Jovi, Lay Your Hands on Me. But before there was Bon Jovi, there was Thompson Twins. And they had a song back in the 80s as well called Lay Your Hands on Me. Different song, but definitely, nonetheless, a really cute song. Some Sheryl Crow, Soak Up the Sun. Yep, hit the parks, hit the beach. Go jogging. Ride your bike. The B-52's Love Shack. I don't know, I just thought that was kind of cute to throw in there. How about some Peaches and Herb, Reunited, for the couples who were apart for all those months and are finally able to get back together. That's a really appropriate song, I think. And of course, some optimistic songs here for the future. David Bowie, Changes. Elton John, I'm Still Standing. And probably the best song for A Brave New World, Gloria Gaynor, I Will Survive. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this isolation playlist. And as I said, all songs mentioned, the links are down below in my description box. If there's any you'd like to check out, you haven't heard in a while, let me know what songs you would include in your playlist. And if you like this video, guys, give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit my subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next one. Take care. Have a great evening. Bye.